Instead, we have the opportunity to make a habit of empathy, to recognize ourselves in each other.
What the things you need to be paying attention to, and I hope that everybody will go to Calitics, CALITICS.com, and Calitics.
It's like politics, but California.
Yeah,
Yes.
and register and join the discussion, because California is worthy of a discussion of equal depth and breadth that we see on Daily Coast. If we want to save our state, we have absolutely got to focus on it. It's just too big of a place to be ignored. So anyway, that's my go get him Calitics. And Robert is also working with John Laird campaign, and he also has a very special interest in California high-speed rail, mass transportation in general, I guess, and he has a blog that he also leads on that. And without any more introduction, let's hear from Robert.
And thank you to Janet for bringing this together. I'm glad you can all make it out here on this lovely sunny Sunday. I live in Monterey with my wife Rose, and this actually feels warmer than in Monterey. It's all relative. We have, I guess I want to spend most of my time, and I'll try to be brief, talking about the John Laird campaign, because I think that really is the most important thing happening in California right now. We are all, I hope, familiar with the profound crisis the state is in, but we also have a profound opportunity to start fixing it. And I know a lot of you come from a DFA background. You might be old Deaniacs like myself. I lived in Seattle at the time and helped start the Dean meetups up there in Seattle in 2003, like many of you guys did here. And so you understand the importance of having someone who's a strong progressive leader. Sometimes you're asked to support someone who is sort of a moderate Democrat, and you have to hold your nose and make the calls and do the votes because the alternative is worse. And I think we may have a few of those on the November ballot. John Laird is very different. I've known John Laird since I moved to Monterey in 2007. He was the assembly member at the time. If you may remember, in February 2008, there was a term limits extension initiative, Prop 93. And it was somewhat controversial because term limits need to be fixed, but it protected those who were already in office. Well, the signs for Prop 93 around the Monterey Bay area said, yes on 93, keep John Laird. And two of the only counties in California that voted yes on 93 were Monterey and Santa Cruz counties, because they knew John Laird. They knew not only who he was, but the quality of representation that he had delivered for people. He's a very deep, strong, progressive guy. He shares all of our values on all the issues that matter. He wants to go to the Senate to be that progressive leader. He was chair of the Assembly Budget Committee during his 6 years in the Assembly, and he fought for progressive values. He knows how to fight for progressive values on the state budget, which is something we're going to need, especially if, God forbid, Meg Whitman becomes governor next year. And that's one of the other reasons why I think the John Laird race really matters. We all know the evils of the two-thirds rule. We all know the two-thirds rule needs to go. We need to restore majority rule to California. There is a proposition on the ballot this fall, Prop 25, that will go halfway there. I recognize it's obviously somewhat contentious because it's not the half we need. We need the revenue half. But we can get there in the Senate without a proposition. We can actually elect 2 more Democrats and get to two-thirds in the state Senate. Ana Caballero is the other Democrat running in the district that includes Salinas and Modesto. That's a winnable seat with a Democratic registration advantage. The 15th district, the special election is on August 17th. That's a district with a Democratic registration advantage. It's a district that went for Obama by 20 points in 2008, by 20 points. Abel Maldonado only got reelected there in 2008 because Don Parada cut a deal with Abel Maldonado so that Maldonado would not have a challenger. Had Maldonado had a challenger, I'm confident Maldonado would have been beaten in 2008. He didn't. We have to do it now in the summer. As many of you also know, that when Maldonado became nominated and confirmed as lieutenant governor, Arnold Schwarzenegger failed to consolidate the election with November general election. So we have this bizarre, annoying, frustrating summer election. But it gives us the opportunity to focus everything, all the resources of the progressive movement in California on the race to elect John Laird. Not just because he gets us to two-thirds, not just because he's such a strong progressive leader, but also I think because of who the opposition is. Sam Blakesley is very closely tied to Meg Whitman. Whitman has done fundraising for him. Whitman has helped build his campaign list. Whitman has helped turn out votes for him. Whitman takes a personal interest in this race because she wants Sam Blakesley in the state Senate to help push through Whitman's agenda if Whitman were to become governor. And we know what that agenda is. It's against AB 32, our climate change action bill that creates green jobs. It's against funding public schools. It's against funding health care. And it's for mass layoffs. It's for destruction of the various things that make California a pleasant, wonderful place to live. So as we enter this campaign cycle, especially into the November election where we have a lot of tough battles ahead of us, there's a winnable battle on August 17th. The 15th district goes all the way down to Santa Maria in Santa Barbara County, but it comes all the way up here to the southern end of the Bay Area. And this is where I would hope that all of you can start to focus your attention. The district includes the southern part of Santa Clara County, includes the city of Morgan Hill, the southern parts of San Jose, the city of Saratoga, Los Gatos. Those are places that are within, a very short drive for many of you. And that's a place, one of the key swing areas in that district. The southern half of the district, San Luis Obispo and Santa Maria, are more Republican friendly. There are more Republicans there. The Republicans are likely to do well there. But there is a Democratic registration advantage. And if we can turn out Democrats to vote for a progressive leader, which is something we all like to be able to do once in a while, right? Is to mobilize energy and interest and attention around a progressive leader. We can do that in Santa Clara County. I live in Monterey County. Monterey County Democrats have really improved the turnout over the June 22nd primary. For August 17th, we've increased and improved turnout of Democrats in Santa Cruz County. Those are Democratic strongholds. But the part of Santa Clara County that we need to get is much more purplish. It's Silicon Valley, it's people from Silicon Valley who've made a lot of money. They may vote Democrat on some issues, they may vote Republican on certain others. And Sam Blakeslee very narrowly carried Santa Clara County on June 22nd, even though there is also a Democratic registration advantage there. Like all elections in California this year, this is not a persuasion election, this is a turnout election. Especially when we have, like I said, a strong progressive leader in John Laird. It's a matter of turning out the votes. John could have won outright on that first round on June 22nd if people who had their absentee ballots sitting on their desks or kitchen tables at home filled out the ballot, put it in the mail, and sent it in. That's all it takes. And we've had a lot better response rate this time around from absentee voters, but we need to crank that out. And all these people sometimes need is a phone call from a fellow Democrat saying, this election matters. If you've got your ballot at home, please fill it out. We can even get you a stamp. You'll get it turned in. If you're not an absentee ballot voter, you can go early voting. They have early voting locations in Santa Clara County so people can vote on their own schedule. But this is a place where we as a progressive movement can make a really big difference, where we can win an election and elect a strong progressive. No longer would we have to, hold our noses and support some moderate Democrat. Right? This is John Laird, a strong progressive, and it sends a signal, not just to Republicans, not just to Sacramento, but it sends a signal to the rest of the Democratic Party, I think, that when there are progressives running for these seats, we've got their back. We'll help them win this election. And so that's what I hope you guys will be able to do. I know Janet has some forms here to help people sign up to go down to Santa Clara County and canvass. There's one more weekend coming up between now and the August 17th election, this coming weekend. So if you can find the time, even if it's just a Saturday afternoon, and go to Santa Clara County, go to Los Gatos, Saratoga. These are nice towns. It's beautiful homes to walk through, it'll be very easy for you.
It'll be sunny.
That's true. Want to see sunshine and blue sky? I'm pretty confident, can't guarantee, but I'd say 90% sure that it'll be there. But it would really help out because this is a turnout election. We need to get people to turn out their ballots, and as we all know, the best way to do that is have a fellow Democrat call them and ask them, or knock on the door and ask them to do it. So I really strongly encourage you to get out there to help a fellow progressive win this election, not just for John Laird, not just for the 15th district, but if we win this, we're one vote away from 2/3 in the state Senate, and we put our flag down to saying progressives are going to make a difference in this election, and we're going to fight for a progressive California. So thank you.
Great.
All right.